No change. Microsoft? No change. Xbox? No change. Disney? No change. Target? No change. Starbucks? Even Starbucks roached out on the gays? Of all the people to roach out on the gays, you're gonna expect Starbucks to do it?
Here's the interesting thing. It's not that they roached out on the gays. It's that if you actually talk to the gays, if you go out of your bubble and interact with the gays on Discord or on other places, you will notice that the gays have roached out themselves from this corporate pandering. It became a meme. It was called woke-based capitalism, where you can have a company making weapons like Raytheon missile defense, and all of a sudden just slapping a rainbow on a fucking drone, sending it to the Middle East, and bringing progressivism. And so many people noticed what the companies were doing. You know, initially, like this is what I find fascinating. It actually started with people genuinely wanting to make change. Now, it doesn't matter if you agree with the change they wanted to make or not. The reality is, like, there were human beings that actually believed they can improve society by making changes, right? So, like, they were part of the social justice movement. And these individuals, they went to universities, they went to Tumblr, they radicalized themselves, and then they got jobs into companies. And so they actually tried to doing the change that they wanted and tried to force companies using shaming tactics, using cancel culture, using the same shit that America always used, which is part of the puritanical mindset, in order to public shame people and bend them to your will. And the interesting thing is that it actually worked. Like companies like genuinely went like, okay, well, I mean, you want diversity, inclusivity, and equity. I mean, we're going to hire another HR lady. We're going to hire more women in positions of power, blah, blah, blah. But the changes were obviously superficial. And it's hilarious that I remember even a representative from BlackRock was fuming about this because they were spending tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on ESG initiatives. The companies were just taking the money, doing the bare minimum, paying lip service, and the show had to go on because at the end of the day, companies are actually interested in making money. Unfortunately for BlackRock and many other organizations, companies cannot make money if they're cringe. And most people have noticed that not only companies are cringe, but some of the people that they're promoting are fucking evil. Like, look at the video game industry. You know, how many video games may have made more money if they didn't hire community managers from hell? Like, those community managers were specifically hired to fit some diversity quota. Because I speak with people that work at AAA. And they basically say, all right, well, I mean, look, we just can't find women that code. There just aren't any applying. Like, no matter what we do, they just don't apply to us. And so what do? Well, you know, we have a guy that wants to identify as trans, and there you go. That's one woman. You have another woman that's a community manager, and another woman that's a salesperson, and our legal team and an accountant are of women, and therefore we now hit the metrics. And the problem is, like, some of the people that you hire, they need to have the ideology. Like, it's not enough to hire a woman. You need to hire a leftist woman, right? And they are absolutely toxic to your customers. Like, they are the definition, the avatar of toxicity. And so the customer rightfully associates, you know, the representatives with the company, and they view a company going woke and insulting them on Twitter, and they say, well, fuck the company, never going to buy from them. Even if they then make a good game, even if they make a good product, if the person doesn't recognize the company anymore and says, I don't know you, I don't care about what you're doing, they're not even willing to try, right? And it's also like the supporters that the companies get. Like, look at Star Wars, look at the fans that they get, right? Like, toxic as fuck. it used to be that you'd go on Star Wars and on a Star Wars forum and you discuss, could Darth Vader have beaten Yoda or some shit, right? Now if you go to a Star Wars forum and you say that you don't like Rey, but you instantly get harassed, you instantly get attacked, you instantly get the toxicity. And so people associate this type of fandom and the press that supports these fans with the company itself, and now the company is toxic. And I think the ultimate fatality came 2 years ago during the Bud Light protests, during the Target protests, and companies have realized, okay, well, the culture is changing. Like, just like back in the day when you had the social justice activists coming in and demanding that companies be better, so too now you have like the new generation, the young people, especially the ones after the pandemic, that are demanding that the companies stop with the woke shit. And the new generation is also also has gay people in it, also has trans people in it, but they don't like the fact that companies are virtue signaling and they're pandering. Like, it's not genuine. Like, if you take a toothpaste which costs $2 and now you put a rainbow on it and you say Happy Pride Month, or you put the trans flag on it and now it costs $5. Do you think the LGBTQ community appreciates this type of marketing? Of course they don't, right? And they know it's pandering. There's so much you can push the message up until everyone is aware of the message and is just sick of it. And furthermore, it's the behavior, the idea that anyone that disagrees needs to have their life ruined isn't going to change people's mind and agree that your message is good. They're just going to terrorize people, right? So like the first time a company comes out and they're having like some trans initiative and someone disagrees and immediately they get fired. Well, what that does is doesn't raise the acceptance for trans people. What it does is for people to view it as the company punching down. It's just one guy, he didn't have that much power. It says something edgy on Twitter, now his life needs to be ruined. Right? So like people will say, okay, so LGBT individuals are oppressed. All right. Well, now they're in power. Why are they oppressing people? Like, why haven't they learned anything from their oppression? Where's the empathy? Like, you didn't like being oppressed. Why are you oppressing others? So like people start asking these questions. And when they ask these questions, they get banned. And when they get banned, resentment gets to foster. And eventually you end up in a situation where everyone hates these companies, especially when you put a rainbow flag in UK, in the United States, in the European Union, but you don't put a rainbow flag in Iran, in Russia, in China. It's like, do these companies actually have virtues? Do they actually care about this stuff? Because like if you're in the United States and you disagree with the company policy, you get fired, right? Like the backlash is immediate. But I'm to assume that China pays the homophobia tax. Russia pays the homophobia tax. So it's not about values and morals. It's like who has more money in order to enjoy a company free of nonsense. Now, what's also important to mention is that I've seen Google and certain other companies now talk about Father's Day. That's interesting. Probably I should make a video about it as well. But the left has noticed that it has completely alienated men, which is suicidal for any type of movement, for any type of business, unless you're selling tampons or unless you're selling, just specific women products. But even there, like most women do love their husbands, do love their fathers, their son, their brothers. Like they don't really want this type of gender vindictiveness. And so they're basically trying to get men back, right? It's, remember that Father's Day is coming. Interesting pitch, like society is moving more towards normalcy. Like, yeah, in a normal society, you'd have Mother's Day and Father's Day. We'll see if this actually keeps up. We'll see what the response is, because I'm really interested. But again, I'll probably make another video to talk about it. In the meantime, I will see you all in the comment section. Take care.